Good morning, everybody. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Tristan and I are in the building. Miss Tony is a little under the weather this morning. However, she has done her due diligence to make sure that we are all set and ready to go today. So I would like to say good morning to you guys and happy Friday. It's Friday. What's wrong with yours?
Nothing.
All right. It's Friday. It is cold AF outside.
Not that cold.
It's cold, Tristan. It's
about
cold.
50 degrees.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I just went outside and had a little smokes.
No. No. You got to walk outside and stay outside for a little time outside before you could determine if it's cold. But it's not as bad, but it is. Last night was effing cold. Last night was absolutely unreasonably cold for a November. But this is a time where we are cold, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Because sometimes we can have a little white Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
I don't want it.
I don't. Yeah, but your birthday is coming up.
It is.
That should be exciting.
All the birthdays in the world.
Yes, it is Sag season. Sagittarius season, and we're still in Scorpio. No. No.
Sagittarius season.
This is Sagittarius. This is officially
the first
day.
Look at that.
Yes. All right. The first day of Sagittarius. All of the Sagittarius in the audience, I want to see you put your hands in the air and wave them like you just obviously do not care. It is your time to shine and your time to close us out of this year. We are done with it and we would like to move on with our lives to 2026.
Oh man, who you telling?
And hopefully they would have released the Epstein files from there on. But with that said, quick check-in, Tristan, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Yesterday I had to DJ at the pavilion by the we call that place downtown. City Hall. Yeah, I had to DJ at the pavilion on City Hall last night for Amanda Shea, yes. Free verse, a nice poetry slam. And it was dope, man. Shout out to everybody that was outside. I should have.
Were you moved this time like you were moved last time?
I'm always moved.
You were moved. I am moved.
People be going through some things. And them poetry words, boy, they be hitting. Boy, the way they be, the way they express themselves. They hit the words in a nice pocket that they hit your soul. And it just be like, oh, man.
Like soliloquy at the end of it all. And punch your gut. Yeah. You know, like I like that. One day I'm gonna have to do some poetry. I don't like to read. I've never been a big fan of poetry. I've never been a big fan.
I've been a fan of poetry, the art. I've never wanted to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if my mind works.
Write a little thing or something?
Yeah, you gotta be real articulate with the words. Real articulate, be able to pull these words out the bag, and then you got to sound nice. And then there's patterns and rhythms you got to, you know?
Yeah, and cadence and yeah. Those times of day. Yes, sir. That's so very interesting. I want to go to it. When is the next one?
It's once a month. So next month we're not doing it because it's
holiday season.
So back in January we back.
Okay, yeah. Let me know when. I don't know why I didn't think to go with you yesterday.
Of each month.
Okay.
Of each month. So the 22nd of January we outside again.
Okay, all right. We outside 22nd of January for
free verse.
Free verse. That's a cool name too. So yes, and me yesterday I didn't really do anything. Later the evening my dad took us out for Tony's birthday. So we went to 110 Grill and that was fun and we had a good time, ate a nice little dinner. Then we went home and everybody went to sleep because it's tired season. It's go home and go to sleep season.
By 6 o'clock it looked like it's 10 o'clock.
Yes, it does. It feels like it's like I saw a meme that said it feels like it's 13 o'clock. And then you be tired and ready for bed. You look at the clock, it's like 7:03. Wait, what? What? I had a full day. Anyways, people, don't forget Brunch and Burners is December 20th. If you want to get registered to carry or just know gun safety, and it will be a brunch. We will have food unlimited, we will have drinks unlimited, some women empowerment, and then we just added self-defense. So if you already have your LTC, if you were not really interested in it, but you do want to know the basic measures to protect yourself in a dire situation, come on over to brunch, have a good time with us. We're gonna have a good day on December 20th. Give yourself a Christmas present, have somebody else gift you a Christmas present, but this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Let's go. Yeah. So with that said, let's get this show on the road.
All right, let's go.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Your number one local radio. The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Good morning. Spark FM online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are officially in the building, having a good time. It is Friday, November 21st. I want to give a big shout out to my godson, Kimar, all the way in North Carolina. Today is his birthday. I remember going to the hospital and seeing his little cute face that day he was born, and now he's a big man. He's like 19 years old. Don't make no damn sense. I feel old. And that's not right.
Not the only one.
But do you feel like you're not the age that you are? Like
I definitely feel like I'm not my age.
Yeah, like physically, I feel maybe about 87 years old.
Oh, no,
mentally, like when I'm on social media and when I'm going out and getting dressed, I feel like a young whippersnapper. But then I gotta realize I'm a grown age. I'm a big age. I'm a big age over here. But let's get into the news and see what's going on. Today is Friday, November 21st. It is 9:23 in the morning. And let me see right here where it says, that's my note section. That is not the weather. It is 40 degrees, but see, Tristan, I told you it was freaking cold. It feels like 34.
Oh.
34 degrees, only 40 degrees outside.
Man.
We ain't gonna reach a high until 59 until maybe 2 p.m. But right now it is frigid.
Not
Freaking
59,
frigid.
49.
But yes, it feels like 34, but it is 40 degrees. This weekend is looking kind of the same. Saturday is going to be a high of 49, Sunday a high of 43, reading right into Monday with a high of 46. But I'm going to suspect we're going to stay probably around the 40s. Yeah, about the 40s, and which is cold. So keep it cute. And then next week we're going to have a couple of days of rain. So we'll keep monitoring that throughout the day to make sure that.
I feel like we haven't had rain in a long time.
We haven't, right?
I don't know.
No, we did a couple of
days?
Yeah, we did, because I remember it was wet out the side. It was wet. But let's see. Okay, let's get into the news. Let's find out what's going on around you. And we'll get it going. We don't have any scheduled interviews for today, so it's just gonna be me and Tristan holding you down. We'll see where we go from there. Might even get into a little music.
You might have a surprise interview later.
Oh, yes, we might. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I don't remember. Anyways, let's go. Round the way news. Fired Boston City Hall staffer wants body cam footage of her arrest made public. Is she still going with this? Is this the girl who
No.
Oh, it is her.
Wow.
She's a, like, I wouldn't want to be her girlfriend because she's the type that is probably won't let it go. Like, if I can't have you, no one can. And maybe this is disparaging towards her, and I'm sorry, girl, but this seems crazy. A former Boston City Hall staffer who claimed she was wrongfully terminated and urging a court to unseal police body camera footage from her arrest, saying it will prove she did not strike a police officer last spring. Mara Kudranazar made the request in a motion filed Wednesday as part of her lawsuit against the city, Mayor Michelle Wu, and Boston police officer who was part of her arrest. Myra alleges she was fired to protect Wu and her staff in an election year. Myra and her then boyfriend and fellow city employee Chulan Huang were arrested on domestic violence charges in May following an alleged violent argument. And let's go right over here to this clip.
Oh, this is the old clip.
Let's refresh their memories about what had happened.
Let's go back into time.
Eli, what are you learning?
Well, Priscilla, these two police reports right here are quite detailed, laying out what allegedly happened early this morning, including the fact that both told police, according to these reports, they worked here at City Hall. Tonight, two City Hall employees under investigation. Police investigating an alleged domestic violence incident. So this is what we know. Court paperwork indicating a woman called them a little after 2 this morning. As those first officers arrived to the unit on Hudson Street in Boston, they wrote they could hear a woman yelling, entering the house after they heard her say, quote, "Let me go." Officers say they then observed several bite marks in the man's chest and arms. The report goes on to say officers spoke with the man, and he told them that the woman, quote, "went on a date with my boss." The report adding the woman said the man had cheated on her, leading to that date. Police arresting the man, identifying him as Chulong Wong. Officers say they noticed bite marks on the woman's left wrist. According to the City of Boston's website, he works in the city's Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion as a neighborhood business manager. And the woman identified as Marwa Kude Nasser. According to the city's website, she is chief of staff in the city's Office for Police Accountability. She was also arrested after police say she allegedly assaulted an officer. The police report stating she allegedly swore at and pushed an officer. She was charged with assault and battery on a police officer. The city saying this evening, when the city learned of the incident, both employees were placed on unpaid leave effective immediately, while the city...
And so now she's saying that she did not touch the police.
I believe, with all due respect, that she did touch the police.
Yes, I believe.
That is what I believe.
Unfortunately.
I believe that. I feel like, you know, in situations when you are wrong in a situation, but the idea of the sheer and utter embarrassment of it makes you keep doing more foolishness. I feel like that is what the case is. It reminds me of the Drake situation. You lost the battle, and now you want to keep on suing and keep on filing to sue more and more of everybody else because you don't want to let it go that you lost. This is what happened with this lady. I feel like the story that she told cracked under her feet, and she's still trying to have save face. And I think it's a little wild.
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, Jussie Smollett. Yeah, just doing too much. She says the footage shows that she never assaulted the officer and that releasing it would prove her case. Because of this false allegation, I've been shunned by friends and society because the public believes that I punched a Boston Police Department officer. I did not. I really don't think that is why the public is shunning you.
Yeah, no.
I think the public is shunning you for
acting out,
for having you, for letting your emotions take over you, and then using your position to try to get away with your foolishness, and then doing a lot of subsequent things more that were proven false. So like, they're not shunning you at all because you hit the officer. That is not the reason why, and I want you to understand that's not the reason at all. Well, let's move on from her because she's a little interesting. Allegedly. Post Commission says it won't investigate Boston Police Commissioner due to his civilian status. Huh? Interesting. This is also interesting. Michael Cox, who is the police commissioner of Boston, the Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission said Thursday it will not investigate Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox because he is a civilian executive, not a sworn law enforcement officer. Somebody tell me what that means. The police commissioner is a sworn civilian? Is a civilian executive? What that mean? Play this clip.
Here goes the clip.
Overseas police officers says it will not investigate Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox. They say it's because Cox is a civilian executive. He's not a sworn law enforcement officer.
Oh.
The request to investigate him came in the wake of the Karen Reed case. Defense lawyer Alan Jackson sent a letter to the city of Boston and the Post Commission to look into the commissioner's actions. They say Cox was aware of his department's entanglement in the Reed case and that at one point in the trial, a Boston police officer testified. That officer worked for the Canton Police Department when John O'Keefe died. Jackson alleged that Commissioner Cox pressured that officer to change her testimony.
What did it say?
It said that he ain't a cop. It said that so basically he doesn't have to take the same oaths as cops.
Ain't he the cop commissioner?
He's a civilian.
What? Kelly Doe. What? Jackson pointed to an email from Boston FBI field office to Cox that mentioned Denver and the Reed investigation. He also provided a copy of what he said is Cox's official's calendar, which shows a meeting with Denver. Denver resigned from the Boston Police Department earlier this year. In the letter responding to Jackson obtained by 7 News, no, I need to understand what this means. Under the commissioner's governing status and as relevant here, a law enforcement officer includes any officer of an agency, including the head of the agency. The city of Boston has informed the commission that, pursuant to department policies and governing statuses, the Boston Police Commissioner is a civilian executive, not a sworn law enforcement officer, according to the city. Commissioner Cox does not personally carry out police duties and functions. Oh,
yeah, he's not a cop.
He's not a cop. So what's a commissioner? Let me see what a commissioner.
Checks all the commissions.
Commissioner. A commissioner is a senior official who holds a commission, meaning they have been appointed to a specific role or duty, often to oversee a department or commission. The title is used in many fields, such as government officials in charge of departments, police chiefs, or the heads of professional sports leagues. They implement strategies, ensure performance goals are met, and serve as the administrative head of their organization. Oh, so he's like
Manager.
the manager. Like, oh, that's so crazy. I thought that he was a police that kept on getting promoted until the point that he was, but he like literally filled out an application and said, you know, I'm no longer a police officer, so I would like to head up this department. That's cool. Like a director. Yeah. Oh, you learn something new every day here at Spark FM. Well, I do. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I do. That is interesting. More than 400 trans flags removed from Boston Common. Advocates call for hate crime investigation. There was a, it's funny because I just got a statement from Jane Doe Incorporated, Massachusetts Coalition Against Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence statement on Transgender Day of Remembrance. So let's go to this clip first while I put these stories together.
All right, here goes a clipiando.
It has really shaken that community.
So consider the timing here. November is Transgender Awareness Month, and the 20th is an International Day of Remembrance. That day started after a woman was killed back in the 90s, right here in Boston.
Gianni Ludi, or Jeje Sucesso, Brazil.
It is a ceremony of the most solemn kind. A reading of nearly 300 names, each a transgender person who died of violence this year globally. On this International Day of Remembrance, dozens gathering in Boston to honor them and the fight that still exists.
You know, right now the world feels somewhat of a scary place for trans and gender expansive folks. And I think it's most important that we come together in community and that we find strength and solidarity in our community in times like these.
We've been organizing for a few months now, and we raised funds to buy these flags.
It was just days ago when Jack Imbergamo and his organization placed more than 400 trans pride flags on the Boston Common. Imbergamo got a permit through the city, spent hours on Sunday with the Queer Neighborhood Council lining them up, only for the flags to have been ripped out of the ground by Monday night.
We had talked about that being a possibility, but it was, I don't think it could have prepared me for it.
There are no leads as to who vandalized the memorial. Imbergamo says he filed a police report, but it's a gut punch at a time when members of the trans community are trying to pause and reflect.
We're just going to move forward. We're just going to keep going, put one foot in front of the other.
We should be remembering these names not just today, but that we should carry with us every day the fact that transgender people are here, deserve to be heard, are resilient.
No one has been caught for that vandalism. The organization says they filed a police report and they plan to install that installation again next year. In Boston, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
Brandon, thank you. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Every year, transgender, this is from the Jane Doe Incorporated. Every year, Transgender Day of Remembrance is observed by transgender communities and organizations across the globe as a collective movement of solidarity, grief, and recognition of the thousands of transgender and gender non-confirming lives lost since the event's inception in 1999, and all those who came before it. These challenges have been compounded by the suspension of SNAP benefits, efforts to ban transgender affirming care for minors on a national level, and cuts to housing grants, all of which are essential to supporting trans survivors in their most dire moments of needs. So again, it was the 19th and the 20th. I think, no, November is National Trans Month, and yesterday was National Trans Day of Remembrance. So I didn't know that they actually had those, and that's because I'm not submerged in the community, but I'm glad that I do know now, so that we can make sure that we observe those next time they come around. It's sad what transgender people are going through, because I can't imagine.
They said the 300 deaths
this
year?
Yeah,
wow.
Like I think that they are overwhelmingly targeted by a lot of different hate groups on both sides, I probably believe, because of just, I don't know, hate, violence, and state-enforced anti-trans policies spearheaded by the administration in Washington are at an all-time high as community organizations encounter pressure to roll back intersectional protections and support for survivors of all backgrounds. And I think that the way that the Trump administration gets so crazy and goes so hard over the 1% or over the, I think it's a 0.2% of trans people in this world is absolutely crazy to me. It's absolute. Oh, that's in sports. 0.2% in sports, but in general, I think they take up 1% of the population here. So it is. I think that the way that the president goes after them in general is a hate crime, and I think that he should be impeached right now. Everybody should stop what they're doing and go impeach the president. Developers proposes filling a gap in Roxbury's former Barnett Yard with 61 condos. Where's that?
Bartlett Yard is where they used to have the T buses used to park. So
over there by Dorchester Ave?
On St. James, at the end of St. James. Right there with the new buildings, Dunkin' Donuts, the new buildings right there.
Y'all know I don't know no damn
Washington
direction.
Street, right there, Bartlett Yard. Remember where the buses used to park? Now it's all Maxine's on St. James used to be.
And remember, we don't even know where Maxine's on St. James was, and now they closed, and we don't know what to do with it.
Don't know where it is.
A developer this week filed plans for a 4-story, 61-unit condo building along Bartlett Station Drive as part of the overall Bartlett Place development of what was once the MBTA bus yard off Washington Street and Newberry Square in Roxbury. Yes, okay. Plans by the Nelson Group of Medford call for 20 of the units to be sold to people making between 80 and 100% of Boston's area median income, with 4 apartments set up as live work units for artists. Roughly half the units will have 2-bedroom, with 16 1-bedroom units and 11 3-bedroom units. Plans call for 51 parking spaces in an underground garage. Does it make sense to put it there? And what does 80 to 100%? Is that all affordable housing?
It says 20%, 20 of the units to be sold to people making between 80 and 100%.
So I guess those are the low income ones.
Yeah.
Of the 61, 20 of them will be for the low income or the medium income. With 4 apartments set up as, so 24 of the 61 will be set up as live work units for artists. Those are the potteries and the artistes and the things.
Because that's all that's over there.
Yeah, arts.
No, over here at Bartlett Yard is nothing but condos over there now.
So this would just kind of make sense to put it there too?
No, I think we have enough there.
So maybe this should be open space. This is a development city. That's what it is. If you a developer, you are in the good right now. Yeah. You was in the good right now. I'm about to become a developer.
I should have been a developer.
I'm gonna be a developer. I'm gonna get me a development.
Some white towns.
Me too.
For black people.
They gonna let you develop the damn thing in their place.
Gentrify your suburban town.
What's the opposite of gentrify? Ghettoize?
Niggify.
Whiteify. Whiteify.
What's the opposite? Yeah, niggify.
Niggify. I always believe that black people should be gentrifying their own place. Stop making these people come in here and put a Starbucks. Build your own Bucks bar or something like that. You know, like, switch it up on them. Build nice places and let them feel like they want to do nice things.
You know what I saw yesterday?
What?
The good old Starbucks that they put at the end of Wood Ave, next to the Price Right. It is gone.
It's gone.
Oh, who knew?
The one that's next to the Burger King?
Yes, the Starbucks.
They moved the Starbucks?
Bro, who was going there?
On River Street.
It's not for us. That was not for us.
They better put a Mimi Moose or something like that, because boy, I told you, if they put a juice cafe there, it would have still been open. God damn it. Boston developer, brother and sister senator sued for millions by investors. Oh, there's a brother of state. What? Boston developer, brother of state senator sued for millions. Which senator? Nick Collins? Let me stop calling that. It is.
No, he did not.
I knew it had to be him. A Boston real estate developer, the brother of a state senator, is facing a number of lawsuits from investigators who say he has not delivered on promises of major construction projects in the city. Andrew Collins, the twin brother of Senator Nick Collins, had attracted investors for a series of mixed-use projects in South Boston, in an area with rapid growth. Now he is listed as a defendant in numerous state and federal lawsuits, claiming a total of $143 million in damages, the Boston Globe first reported. Put simply, Collins does not believe that the rules apply to him, one set of investors wrote in a lawsuit filed in Suffolk Superior Court. According to the Globe, Collins began collecting properties along Dorchester Ave over the past several years, eventually controlling about 3.2 acres of land.
Wow.
The area, located between the Broadway and Andrew MBTA stations, have been targeted for development by a number of developers, not just Collins. However, according to lawsuits from his investors, Collins began a pattern of defaulting on his loans when the projects he planned did not move forward. He never formally filed any plans with the city, according to the Globe. Mark Connor, Collins' attorney, told the newspaper his client had repaid $34.6 million of the $52 million he borrowed from investors and disputed the claims in the series of suits. There is a significant difference between one party making an unverified allegation in court pleadings and final determination between reach, Connor said. Another attorney representing Collins said development had been delayed by market conditions. Some investors have already won judgments against Collins, the largest of which in September when a judge granted $8.6 million to Divas Paint and Deharage Bora of California. Pant and Bora have claimed that Collins had promised to repay a loan with interest from a limited liability corporation he owned, but then merged the company into another to avoid doing so. Representative Collins and his brother both said Senator Nick Collins was not connected in any way with Andrew Collins' business interests and had recused himself from anything having to do with his brother's properties. I hear you, Nick Collins. That is not me. That is my brother. He did it, not me. Senator Collins comes from a large immediate family that he loves. A spokesperson for the lawmaker told the Globe he maintains a separate professional life from all of them in line with the state's conflict of interest laws. I hear you. Separate from him, Mr. Collins. Don't let your twin brother take you down. Don't do it, sir. And you was a good man, and I hope you help us too. Man sentenced for role in obtaining driver's license for 600 plus undocumented, collecting hundreds of dollars involving Massachusetts, New York, and Connecticut. This is why Donald Trump is president because of people like him.
600 undocumented.
Why are you doing that, sir? This is why the undocumented is over there getting houses. What J.D. Vance said, they got 30 million houses. The
And
undocumented people.
But they could get a license now.
They can, so I'm not sure why maybe they don't have all their papers, and he was like, I'll just push it through. A Brazilian national illegally residing in Danbury, Connecticut, was sentenced for conspiring to obtain driver's licenses for ineligible applicants. According to release from the Massachusetts Department of Justice, 41-year-old Helbert Costa Generoso, see, he's a generous man, was sentenced by U.S. District Court Judge Marguerite R. Guzman to 9 months in prison. The defendant is subject to deportation upon completion of the imposed sentence. In June of 2025, Herbert Costa Generoso pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to unlawfully produce and possess with intent to transfer identification documents and one count of furnishing a false passport to another for use. Let's go to the clip.
Oh, no, this isn't it. We don't have one.
Costa Generoso and his alleged co-conspirators conspired to fraudulently obtain New York driver license from illegal alien customers who did. Illegal alien is so rude. To undocumented customers who did not reside in New York, including Massachusetts residents, and after July 2023, to fraudulently obtain Massachusetts driver's license for undocumented customers who did not reside in Massachusetts. In exchange for fraudulently obtaining driver's license, the co-conspirators allegedly typically charge approximately $1,400 per customer. Let me do a little math here. What they said, how much it was? 600? 600 plus, no. 600 times 1,400. God damn, that's $84,840,000.
No, that's not $84 million.
Oh, I did that wrong. That's just 840,000. Sorry. That's just it. But I put too many zeros before. But there's still a lot of money. Just almost $1 million, Tristan.
Yeah.
That's a sweet little gig. How you get them? You gotta have an inside man who knows them. I know someone. Let me go take it.
By the border.
I gotta be by the border.
Donald Trump.
The border is closed shut tight. They built a wall around the border. Can't nobody get in.
Nobody's gotten in.
Not a person. They have secured it for America. The MSPCA is hosting Pay What You Can dog adoption this weekend, because remember we reported about the story about the 164 dogs that were seized from one person. Well, now you can pay as you can. So anybody who want a little doggy, want a little cat, want to give somebody a nice home for the holidays, go on you and adopt a dog and be like, hey, I got $100. That's what I got. That's just dogs. This is where they found them from. Ay, Dios mío, politically.
To help rehome some of the pups, the MSPCA is offering an emergency Pay What You Can adopt event, lowering fees this Friday and Saturday. You can visit any of their 4 shelters across the state.
That's not
the
a
MSPCA is giving families an extra incentive to adopt.
Was that a chicken?
I don't think they adopted the chicken, but I do want a chicken. I told you guys about the people who have ducks.
That's a turkey?
Somewhere in my neighborhood. And we pass them all the time. And the ducks must be quacking. They're very sassy and fresh, and I want a pair of ducks.
You ever ate duck?
No.
Duck's not bad. It's greasy.
Is greasy or grimy?
Greasy.
Gritty.
Greasy, very oily. But it's good.
Are you guys gonna get another cat?
Yeah, I got to get another cat. You know, this winter the mice like to come in the house.
Yeah, and I don't want that. I don't want that. That dog needs new teeth. His teeth has been grinded down to the petunias. And then let me see what else we got here. Mayor Michelle Wu announces 29th annual Enchanted Trolley Tour across 16 neighborhoods. I'm so excited about this. The Enchanted Trolley Tour and Tree Lighting, Mayor Michelle Wu has confirmed the schedule for Boston's 29th annual Enchanted Trolley Tour. Set to usher in the holiday season with community spirit and festive fun, the 2-day event will feature the traditional tree lighting ceremonies and Santa visits, mainstay for 16 local neighborhoods, according to release from the city's official website. The tour times aim to knit communities together with a splash of holiday cheer around December 6th and 7th. The time-honored trolley tour will cover various Boston neighborhoods from West Roxbury Hastings Lot to East Boston's Maverick Square, celebrating with locals and Mayor Wu, who, in a statement made by the City of Boston's official website, expressed excitement about the upcoming festivities. The annual Enchanted Trolley Tour is a beloved annual tradition, bringing families together across the city to kick off the holiday season. This is exciting. So people, if you guys, if you have little ones, get them involved in these things. A train ride through their hood is pretty lit. I want to see where it is going. Make sure that they are covering all of the ground. Okay, here we go. On the 6th, they are going to West Roxbury, then Reedville, into Mattapan Square. Then they'll be in Hyde Square in Jamaica Plain. Then JP Monument in Jamaica Plain. Then they'll be going to Mission Hill. They'll go to the Bruce Bowling Building in Roxbury. In the South End, they'll be at the Blackstone Square and in Brighton. They'll end in Brighton, and that's on the 6th. On the Saturday. Then on Sunday, December 7th, they'll be in Codman Square. They'll go over to Adams Corner in Dorchester, then to South Boston. Then they'll go over to Chinatown. Then they'll go to the North End, Charleston, and then they'll end in East Boston. Tristan, if you can put this link in the comment section, and then that way the children could go, the parents could plan accordingly. The ones that make sense for us or that we come. I didn't see Mattapan.
Yeah, it said Mattapan.
Where it says it?
No, it didn't.
It didn't say no
Mattapan
Square. Oh, Mattapan Square. On Saturday,
the
6th at 1 p.m. it's going to be in Mattapan Square. At 4:30 it will be in Roxbury on the Saturday. And Jamaica Plain 2 and 3 o'clock. So pretty much through the day, once you get the link, just kind of follow where you want to go. And then on Sunday they're going to be at the Bruce Bowling and then making their way up throughout the other places. So make sure that y'all stay in the know, in the loops, and get on the train. We want to see the little black faces on the train. Prosecutors won't retry man who had murder conviction overturned after 27 years. Is this our guy, Farouk? Yep, it is. The man who was sentenced to life in prison in 1998 after he was found guilty of murdering a convenience store clerk. Ricky McGee, who was convicted in 1998 for a Boston murder and sentenced to life in prison, is now a free man after prosecutors determined that he did not receive a fair trial. Prosecutors filed a motion November 3rd in Suffolk Superior Court to drop the charges against McGee after finding a lack of concrete evidence and considering new evidence that weakened the testimony of the prosecution's main witness, according to court filings. McGee said he was overjoyed about the decision in the audio message obtained by GBH News. And me and my sister did meet him on Saturday. With Follow Suit. He came in and we met him. We will be speaking to him very, very soon. So make sure that you guys keep it locked there. Just coming to the end of my criminal case was so vital and pivotal, not just for me, but for my family, McGee said. McGee was 19 years old when he was arrested. And while he's still adjusting to life as a free man after decades behind bar, he's creating a path forward for himself because that's what he owes himself. Amen. McGee was indicted in July of 1997 by a Suffolk County grand jury after Jida Yalu was fatally shot April 16, 1997, while working at Christie's Market in Boston's Fenway neighborhood, according to court documents. Prosecutors said McGee entered the store at around 2 a.m. that morning and robbed Yalu at gunpoint, then shot him in the head. Goddamn. Yalu was pronounced dead at Beth Israel Hospital later that morning. Court documents show the prosecution further alleged that the days after the murder, McGee had admitted to friends that he had robbed the store and shot the clerk. McGee's statements were corroborated by other evidence, and a search warrant executed July 11th, the same day he was sentenced, yielded clothing, ballistics, and other evidence which allegedly linked him to the murder. 2 weeks after his arrest, McGee was indicted by a grand jury. The next year, McGee was found guilty of first-degree murder and armed robbery and carrying a firearm without a license. After a 2-week trial, he was sentenced to life in prison. During his time in prison, McGee had maintained his innocence from the start, repeatedly filed motions for a new trial, but they were all denied. From February 2014, showed that McGee motioned for a retrial due to newly discovered evidence and alleging that Boston police sergeant had intimidated a potential witness. So how did they find it? Go to this clip so that I can read through this and see what the process. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, this is systemic,
McGee speaking.
individual thing. We gonna get more people out in a variety of different ways because it's not always wrongful conviction, right? This commutation process is flawed.
We're just gonna take one day at a time, let him get used to his surroundings, just one day at a time.
That's a nice story. That's a dope story.
It's okay. So I have to dig a little. The prosecution primarily depended on the testimony of two witnesses who testified that McGee had told them he had committed the murder, according to court filings. There was no physical evidence tying McGee to the scene of the crime. In the 2014 filing, McGee called into question the legitimacy of the two witnesses' testimony, alleging that there was evidence to indicate that they were each had a motive to lie. Furthermore, he alleged that Randy Farrell, a friend of his who had initially agreed to testify, later declined to do so due to fear of self-incriminating. Farrell's testimony would have revealed that he was illegally in possession of a firearm, according to court filings. However, while waiting to testify, he encountered Boston Police Sergeant Detective Daniel Keeler, who advised him that if he admitted possession of a handgun, he would be prosecuted, that he should take the fifth. After the meeting with the attorney, Farrell asserted his Fifth Amendment right not to testify, court filings show. However, a judge ruled that Keeler had not intimidated or threatened Farrell on the grounds that his counter was unplanned. This is a very interesting story and it's very long. I'm going to have to read it, and then we're going to have to come back to it when we have McGee in here sitting down and he can answer some of the questions that we don't have, because now I got to dig into it. He did send me a couple of articles to look at, so I will go through those and before he comes in, and we'll make sure that you guys know all about that prior. And last but not least on the local news, health scare interrupts news conference led by Mass Governor Healy. What kind of health scare? COVID? What that mean? The influenza, the what's it called? The measles, mumps, and rubella. All of them. Oh, my God. And this is all because of RFK. He's got an earthworm in his brain. Hate him. You know he has had some type of worm, a brain worm in his brain or something that he's always talking about. I don't know, Tristan. Leave me alone. A tense moment briefly interrupted a news conference at the Massachusetts State House by Governor Maura Healey on Thursday, which is crazy because me and Tony were supposed to attend this. Wow. Healey was calling on President Donald Trump to immediately release heating assistance funding when a sudden thud was heard in the background. The Cape and Islands were talking about 26,000 households, Healey said before she abruptly cut herself off and turned her attention to the other side of the room. Okay, someone fainted?
Let me see here now. All right, here goes the clip.
Households. Okay. Okay, do we have someone fainted?
Well, at first, the governor thought someone fainted, but later clarified someone actually tripped in the background. Happened while Healey was calling on President Trump to release federal funds to help people afford their winter heating bills.
That would have probably been me if I had went. Boom. I'm all right. Proceed. Talk about the people. Sorry. That's got to be embarrassing when you make the news for tripping and falling.
But at least she looked like she was about to go help.
Unlike your president, when the man concocts right there in the middle of his office, he was like, "What? I can't believe you would pass out in the middle of my conference. Fire him immediately."
RFK was like, what the hell?
That was the end of our local news. We'll be right back in the net. And meanwhile, with the national and world news, keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into, within, or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often, and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health Commission.
At Rockland Trust Bank, we know that listening matters, not just to your financial goals, but taking the time to really get to know you. Whether you're building a family or a business, investing in a new home or a college tuition, planning your finances for the next 30 days or the next 30 years, our experienced bankers will listen, not just to provide advice and resources, but to foster a relationship that truly matters. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters. Member FDIC.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Good morning, you everybody. How you doing today? It's time for national news. A judge dismisses charges against 2 people accused of ramming federal agents' vehicles. Okay, good. Because they should be rammed. They should be Mazel Tov cocktailed. Let me not incite violence as somebody as an independent. Let me just say that nobody should be putting their hands on anybody else, including those ICE people, those Proud Boy ICE people, because I believe that you have to be really a piece of S to really kind of work for the ICE agency in this administration day and age. And we'll talk about all of that in a couple seconds. A federal judge on Thursday dismissed the indictment against 2 people accused last month of ambushing federal agents conducting an immigration sweep in Chicago. U.S. District Judge Alexis dismissed the charges against Miramar Martinez and Anthony Ruiz after the Department of Justice abruptly requested her to do so. They dismissed the charges with prejudice, meaning the case cannot be brought back. The government had filed a motion earlier Thursday asking the judge to dismiss the indictment against Martinez and Ruiz, who were involved in a collision with U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents in Chicago of 2004. Let's go to the clip so I can see what's going on.
Agents in October when she was seen in this video in a convoy tailing them as they carried out immigration enforcement operations. The cars collided. Then an agent opened fire, shooting Martinez 5 times.
Wow.
The Department
Damn.
of Homeland Security labeling her a domestic terrorist, and prosecutors charged her with assault.
These agents were lying about what happened. Ms. Martinez never rammed anybody. These agents hit Ms. Martinez. These agents jumped out and shot Ms. Martinez, a U.S. citizen whose only crime was warning her fellow community members that ICE was in the neighborhood.
The agent who opened fire, Charles Exum, appeared to brag about the shooting, and
Wow.
text messages showed in court. I fired 5 rounds, and she had 7 holes. Put that in your book, boys.
Wow.
Asked about those messages, he responded, I am a firearms instructor, and I take pride in my shooting skills.
Oh.
Defense attorneys said moments before the collision, a second agent in the car is heard on body camera footage daring Martinez, do something, expletive, before Exum swerves his vehicle into Martinez's car, then gets out and opens fire. The incident sparked protests on Chicago's southwest side. In a stunning move and without explanation, prosecutors decided to drop the charges, and the judge dismissed the case.
It's been hard, honestly. It's been hard. Like I can't sleep, but now I'm gonna go sleep.
Her attorney suggested Martinez may now take legal action, and he hinted, George, there's a separate investigation going on to determine if that shooting was even
And
justified.
this is just one example
Sue
of the
them.
administration's actions running into trouble in court. We have the
Sue
Sue them.
and their mother.
Sue all of them. Sue their next of kin all the way down to their next generation. Sue them all. Sue Donald Trump in particular. Sue Kash Patel. Sue Pam Bondi. What's the one that shoots the dogs? Christy Nome, sue them all individually. Spend your whole life in court suing everybody.
That's crazy.
They opened fire. He said, "I'm a firearm instructor, and you're a firearm instructor. You can't hit nobody. You fired 7 shots and you ain't hit her.
He hit her 7 times.
No, her car, but not her.
Oh. But she got shot though.
She got shot too.
Yeah, she got shot.
She look good for shit. She look good.
She was shot too.
Goddamn. That's crazy. I never want to be in that situation with the ICE people. I don't think she was shot.
Oh, they were shooting.
I think they shoot at her, but she wasn't shot. She looked very good for being shot, Tristan.
Well, you know, she could be shot somewhere in her
She
arm.
got shot in her leg. See, if I had gotten shot in my leg, I would have walked out there in a stretcher. It would have been 5 weeks since my shooting. I would have been completely healed, and I would have been in a stretcher still with an oxygen tank on, because that's how much I'm suing. I need the case to stick. Trump administration announces plans for new oil drilling off California. I don't want to. Amazon is issuing Prime refunds after $2.5 billion settlement. Ooh, let me get in on that. I want to get in on that. Yeah. Do I get a settlement too? Amazon has started issuing payments to eligible Prime members as of a $2.5 billion settlement over federal allegations that it misled customers. The online retailer agreed to the payout in September to resolve a 2023 Federal Trade Commission lawsuit that accused Amazon of misleading customers into enrolling in Prime and making it hard for them to cancel their membership. Under the settlement, Amazon agreed to offer $1.5 billion in refunds to customers. However, the e-commerce company neither admitted nor denied the FTC's allegations in a statement at the time. The company said that Amazon and our executives have always followed the law. Here's what you need to know about the Amazon refund. And to determine if you qualify, y'all give me a minute. I got to see.
It ain't nothing.
Amazon is issuing settlement refunds to eligible Prime members, starting with automatic payments issued between November 12th and November 24th. Our settlement requires Amazon to pay those people who clearly qualify without them having to do anything. Prime members who don't receive an automatic refund can submit a claim starting on December 24th. Those customers will receive a notice about filing a claim between December 24th. How do I qualify? So listen to this part. Only customers who signed up for Amazon between July 23rd, 2019 and June 23rd, 2025 are eligible to receive a refund.
So from 2019 to 2025.
Dude, I got that?
I feel like I was an Amazon Prime member around those time.
I think so too. I think that I'm eligible. How much do I get back?
$51.
I blasted ass.
$1.5 billion. And you only get
between all of these people, $59 is a nice come up though. And you know what I can do with $51 on Amazon? I can buy a lot of things.
I wouldn't go on Amazon. That's nice gas money.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I get. When are they issuing out? Between November 12th and December 24th. Let me go check mine to make sure that I ain't on the list. Because if I'm on the list, give me my money.
Yeah, I definitely was an Amazon Prime member.
But did you around that time? But that's if you opened it between the 19th and the
yeah, that's 5 years. That's 4 years.
Yeah, 5 years. I think that's when I got my Amazon Prime too.
I wasn't a member long, but
yeah. But that's because they forced you to be in it, and then they didn't let you out. So you are a victim. You should get two servings of that.
Oh, but you see now, when I subscribe, I make sure you unsubscribe before this date.
Oh, that I have to put those things literally in my calendar in order, like, unsubscribe from this free trial
right,
that you purchased, because next thing you know, I'm being charged $99. Like, what did I do?
Right.
What did I do? I don't got $99. God damn it. Get back my money. I'm sorry. ICE officials struggle to answer questions about Abrigo Garcia possible. This man is still in limbo about what they send him back. Send him back. God damn it. Top officials struggle to answer questions about Kilmar Abrigo Garcia's potential deportation during an evidentiary hearing on Thursday. Kilmar is the one who started this whole ICE thing, and he got sent to El Salvador, right? After he was disappeared from his family. And they admitted that someone else helped draft his sworn declaration submitted to the case. John Cantu, who called to testify about the government, is not planning to deport Abrigo Garcia to Costa Rica and is instead preparing to remove him to the West African nation of Liberia. What? Why the hell would they deport him to Liberia? Let's go to this story. Let me listen in. Let me listen in here.
Homeland Security is telling Kilmar.
Hold on, I gotta do it like this.
Why are we deporting people not back to where they came from, but to somewhere else in Africa? 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Abrigo Garcia to disregard a notice of removal to Ghana, calling it premature. DHS previously said it was planning to deport him to Uganda or Eswatini after he was wrongly deported to his native El Salvador. On Monday, government attorneys struggled to answer questions about evidence in the case. Now those attorneys are due back in court. Meanwhile, a separate hearing in the human trafficking case against Abrigo Garcia is also happening today. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges, and ABC's Matt Rivers is here with more on that. So, Matt, what's the latest on these hearings and what's at stake?
Yeah, so they're both going on today, Diane. Let's start with the one in Maryland, which is really the heart of the immigration side of all of this. You've got the federal judge in this case basically telling government lawyers, look, if you have plans to deport Abrigo Garcia to a third country, so not El Salvador, whether it's Uganda, whether it's Ghana, whether it's Eswatini, you have to present a timeline of being able to do so, because what she has said is that the government has failed to present an actual timeline for being able to do that, part of which is because some of these countries aforementioned have not yet agreed to actually accept Abrigo Garcia. And what the judge is deciding here is, well, if the government can't come up with some sort of plan to deport Abrigo Garcia in a timely manner to a third country, well, she says you can't just keep a detainee like this in custody forever without an actual plan to deport him. So that's the hearing that's ongoing right now. There is a chance, there's a world in which that at the end of all of this, Abrigo Garcia is actually released from custody if the judge decides that the government is not holding up its end of the bargain here. I think that's a smaller chance at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Tennessee at this point, remember that's where Abrigo Garcia was facing 2 counts of human trafficking charges that the government brought against him after he was returned from El Salvador. The hearing there basically starting a process where the courts will decide whether the federal government brought those charges in vindictive retaliation. Basically, the federal judge assigned to that case has deemed it a credible enough claim on the part of the attorneys of Abrigo Garcia, who have said that the government doesn't have a right to bring this case, that they're doing so because essentially they were mad that they were forced to bring him back from El Salvador. They're calling it vindictive, they're calling it retaliation. And so this hearing today, part of a process that will play out through the month of November to decide whether or not the government's charges in this case are actually valid. And we know attorneys today, Diane, have argued that that case against Abrigo Garcia should be dismissed.
Yeah.
Matt Rivers, thank you.
There is absolutely no doubt in my heart that they are trumping up, no, yes, pun intended, these charges against him because they are mad that they had to bring him home and they had to save face and make it look like he is an actual violent criminal in order to justify how they just swept this man up from his home and sent him to El Salvador, which is crazy. Now they want to send him to Liberia. It's very weird to me. This administration is dangerous, and I hope that all of the people that we know far and wide just don't have to deal with any of this. CNN Scott Jennings blasted over IQ test, comment to black guests on Abby Phillips' show. Oh boy, Abby Phillips' show is always, this is Jesse Waters. CNN's News Night with Abby Phillips got tense on Tuesday after MAGA political commentator Scott Jennings felt he was being accused of making a racial comment toward a fellow panelist. On Tuesday's show, Phillip was joined by Jennings, Lydia Monahan, Teslin Figaro, and all of these other black leaders. to discuss the drama around the Jeffrey Epstein files. The debate heated up on the panel discussed whether the files could incriminate President Donald Trump. You think after 10 years of public life you wouldn't know it already, Jennings asked Leonard in regards to evidence. I think there's a video clip right there, young man. Yes. I won't read that. Phillips.
Sorry. That's the whole video. I don't know why
they do that. Just give me the damn clip. So basically he says, you think after 10 years of public life, you wouldn't know it already, Jennings asks. Leonard in regards to evidence of Trump's potential wrongdoings in relation to Epstein. No, I don't. That's exactly the point, Leonard fired back. Oh my goodness, Jennings reported. This is an IQ test. Don't fail it. Come on, man. 10 years. Donald Trump has been in the public eyes. Philip jumped in to defend Leonard, saying, Scott, it is an IQ test. I mean, for 10 years, we haven't heard any names. So you really think that no one's involved? They would be prosecuted. It would be done and dusted. The last 10 years, no one has been prosecuted for this. Is that a sign that nothing has happened? Jennings turned the attention back to Leonard, stating, my question directly to him is, if you think after 10 years, 3 presidential campaigns and Democrats unleashing holy hell on him, you wouldn't know about it? This is a conversation that we probably just need to hear in general so that we can know what's going on, because me going back and forth is not going to explain what is going on. So we'll just leave that one alone. But Scott Jennings is a complete and utter idiot. He even actually looks stupid. And everything that he says, like the MAGA supporters have literally been waterboarded and brainwashed to believe that Donald Trump is literally incapable of doing any wrong. Like there is nothing you can possibly say to a staunch Trump supporter that would allow them to have any inkling that he is wrong. And I think that's scary. And it's also a little interesting how loyal people can be to someone they have never probably met before in their life. TSA starts charging a fee for travelers without a real ID or other approved ID. Oh, it is happening, y'all. It is happening. If you don't have a real ID, the next time you fly, it could cost you. The Transportation Security Administration has proposed a rule that would change travelers who lack a real ID of $18 fee at security checkpoints, according to the notice. The notice serves as a next step to the process and real ID compliance, which was signed into law more than 20 years ago and finally implemented by Secretary Noem as of May 2025. A TSA spokesperson told CBS News, noting that the agency would soon provide additional guidance. TSA is working with stakeholders and partners to ensure both security and efficiency at our checkpoints. Is there a clip to this? There is one right there that I think explains. So now, like the other day, I went to get my license renewed. Do they automatically give me a real ID instead of a regular license?
You gotta ask for it.
I had checked it off the box, but on my temporary ID, it don't say real ID. Maybe because it's a temporary ID. But I thought that you had to get them, that they were now like standardized. Me too. Like if they are mandatory, then they should just be standard moving forward. Here's the clip right here.
Fly, but you don't have a real ID or passport, there could be another option soon. The TSA is considering a new alternative verification system, which would use biometrics to confirm a person's identity. Airline passengers without a real ID would have to pay an $18 fee, which would be good for 10 days of travel. At the airport, those passengers would then go to the biometric kiosks before going through security at the checkpoint. If you want to fly, but you don't have a real ID or passport, there could be another option soon. The TSA is considering a new alternative verification system.
So this we just requirements vary by state. So the TSA advises people to check the state's driver's license bureau website to see what documentation is required to obtain a real ID. The fact that TSA is floating an identity verification fee suggests things are tightening, with Sarah Silbert, a strategist at flight search engine Points Path. If you haven't updated your ID yet, it's smart to take care of it soon, especially with peak travel seasons adding extra stress for everyone. Let me see. Are real IDs automatically issued now. Is that what I want to say? No, real IDs are not automatically issued. You must specifically apply for one in person and provide documents providing your identity, social security number, and residency. A standard driver's license or ID will not be automatically upgraded to a real ID. How to get one? Apply in person. You cannot apply for a real ID online. You must visit a state's Department of Motor Vehicles or an equivalent office like the Registry of Motor Vehicles. You have to gather all your documentations. You will need to bring specific documents to prove your identity, like a birth certificate or passport, your social security number, your birth, I had my old license, my passport, my social security card, my birth certificate, 2 forms of ID, and my gun license. Like literally, I had a purse full of identifications that somebody could have easily taken my things and gone somewhere else with them. I was fully loaded with all of the things. And you have to choose it at renewal. When you apply for a renew or license or ID, you can choose to make it a real ID compliant, which will have a gold star in the top right corner. And that's how you'll know if you have a real ID. I don't really understand why somebody wouldn't get a real. Why wouldn't it be automatic?
Why wouldn't it be automatic? I don't know.
Like, why would I have to check off the box that I want a real ID when we're switching to mandatory real IDs? I don't get it. I hate when I feel like I don't understand. It's worth, what'd you say? Go to the comments real quick. Stefan said $51 is from Community Chess and Monopoly.
That's neither.
What that mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, is there a price?
The $51 when we was talking about the Amazon.
Is there a price difference in the real ID? How much for real ID versus license? Let's see. It says in Massachusetts, a standard real ID license generally costs the same, $50 for a standard class D or $75 for a class at renewal. The cost to upgrade to a real ID between renewal periods is a one-time fee of $25 for any license or mass ID, and a $35 road test fee applies if a test is needed. Okay, so it's not too much. Yeah.
So $25 to upgrade.
Yeah, if you want a standard or real ID in mass is $20. Yeah, so $50. That's how much I paid. So they better give me a real ID. If I get my license back in the mail and it don't got a star in the corner, we are gonna have a problem. A problemo. Because I want the real ID. I don't want to pay $18 every time I travel. Not like I'll be traveling all the time anyways. Because
I did that clear thing once.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
We have
they gave you the free trial.
We have we have pre-check. We should have. I do want to get global entry, but we have pre-check that. But everybody got pre-checked. Sometimes the pre-check line be longer than the goddamn standard line. Everybody get out. Let me go to where I gotta go. Let's keep it moving. Huh?
I was at Morning Lowe's, Carlos on the check-in.
Hey, Carlos. Carlos is gearing up for a very good Super Tuesday on Tuesday. We'll be discussing a lot of things about local politics and getting you guys very involved. So make sure you bring your paper and your pads. Keeping it moving. Judge halts Trump deployment of National Guard in Washington, D.C. I thought he was sending them over to North Carolina. And I want to get into the Epstein files too. I can't read CNN articles, so we're going to keep it moving on that one. Give me some time, people. Miss Mexico, who sparked a walkout after host bullying, is crowned Miss Universe. Interesting. Very interesting. She's interesting. She's beautiful in her own light. That's a crazy picture they posted of her. She went from walking out after being publicly chided by the pageant's co-owner to being crowned its 74th victor. Let's go to the clip because this is odd.
I'm not sure if this is the actual. I think this is just her getting crowned.
Yeah, let's see it. Maybe it's more of a handsome picture of her there. This is her winning. That's beautiful.
Mexico, viva la Mexico!
I want to be in a pageant, but how much weight I gotta lose before I can get there?
Oh.
They don't invite big girls like me, right?
She looks special.
She looks nice, Tristan, in her cultural gown and her big crown, Miss Mexico. Fatima Bosch Fernandez of Mexico was named Miss Universe on Friday, bringing her to a close and exceptionally controversial pageant that first made headlines after the Thai official Nuwat, last name, berated Bosch, 25, in front of several contestants for not participating in promotional activities. The competition was further plunged into disarray when two of its judges resigned, one of who accused organizers of rigging and threatened a lawsuit. Well, damn. Oh, and it was here where she fell off the stage too, right? She was Miss Jamaica.
Yes.
Yeah, she fell right off. I wonder what happened there that she fell off. It was hospital. Look at that. Look at this fall. Go, and boom. Yeah, that was very difficult to watch. She plummeted to the ground. Oh, Father. And my first reaction was to be like, oh my God, she fell. But then when I would have seen it subsequently on the news, I probably would have, it was an interesting fall. Mm-hmm. This is not a good picture at all. And that is it for the national news. When we get back, we'll talk about Jeffrey Epstein's, it's Friday, so it is F-Word Friday and Freaky Friday. And one thing that I know that Jeffrey Epstein did not have was anything freaky going on about him, because I heard that We'll be right back in a few minutes. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Your #1 local radio. The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airway.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton, alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at SparkFMOnline.com for more information. Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with we, you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I do the life you know easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
We knew you could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Your #1 local radio. The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Or exclusive professional networks, or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
At Rockland Trust Bank, we know that listening matters, not just to your financial goals, but taking the time to really get to know you. Whether you're building a family or a business, investing in a new home or a college tuition, planning your finances for the next 30 days or the next 30 years, our experienced bankers will listen, not just to provide advice and resources, but to foster a relationship that truly matters. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters. Member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Marissa Jarrett Winoker. Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. 1 in every 4 Americans is infected with HPV. For many people, the virus hides inside them, and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is, there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for children 11 to 12 years old, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctor. You don't want HPV hiding inside of you. Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music, Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with we, you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for winning. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
We are back, and a couple of things that we do want to also kind of just make sure you guys know for next Tuesday, and we will be talking to you guys about it. But marijuana is on the bill, and Tristan, you read something yesterday about that, right? That they could be repealing the legality of marijuana in Massachusetts. So I want you guys to focus on that, especially you weed smokers, because when it comes for y'all to start calling people and the senators and all kind of stuff like that, this is where it comes in. Or like Carlos said, you could be going back to having dime bags filled with seeds in them, which I don't think it'd be too bad, you know, because it will switch the economics back to the hood. All of the weed mens will come back, and that's the problem with the weed mens that I felt was a problem, is that they always had too much going on and they was too inconsistent. You know, sometimes I know people that used to be waiting all day for their package, and they couldn't get it because the weed man had a doctor's appointment, or they needed to get lunch or something like that. They need to have normal operating business hours if they plan to contend out here in the world. But that's neither here nor there. So keep that in mind for when we talk about local politics on Tuesday. Let's get into the entertainment. What is going on? Speaking of entertainment, today, Asian will be is already in Boston. He touched down yesterday and went to go visit Spark FM's own DJ Alcide at an event, I believe, in Cambridge. And today he will be at... Where is he going to be today? Is it Oceanside?
Oceanside.
Yeah, Oceanside Ballroom tonight. So if you guys are interested in going to see him, I do believe that tickets are very scarce right now. But if you contact the promoters, Jim Tom, DJ Proper Mind Blog, and many of those who are in partnership with this show, I'm pretty sure that you can secure your tickets, and there might be a few sold at the door. So make sure that you guys get your tickets. What is this? What is it? Papa pati, papa pati. Cha 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 pari.
Where you dip on?
Yeah, where you dip on? Pata ta 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 pata. How where you did kuto kopi kuku kata.
He also sings balance.
Yes. So the other day I had to go through his catalog, and I said, he got a little something going on here. He got about little 6 to 7 songs that we can.
Dance hall's top artist right now.
And he's from Haiti?
Yes, he's from. He has. I'm not too familiar with the Haitian background, but he is Haitian and he's Jamaican.
Also, whatever happened to Brian Messier? He was very, very big like 2 summers ago. Did he just completely fall off? Or is he still making the music?
Everybody found out the song was stolen from...
Oh, from somebody else. Oh, yeah. That's sad. And we'll get into all of that. Yes. This is song 2?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I like this. Oh, yes, I like. Oh, that makes sense, Tristan. But he might be stopping by Spark FM later today, so make sure you keep it locked, and we'll make sure that you guys have enough time to tune in and probably win some tickets to the event later on today. Getting into our entertainment news, Megan Thee Stallion testifies against blogger in federal defamation lawsuit. This is why Tory Lanez got in trouble again just now, because he refused to cooperate with this investigation. Megan Thee Stallion took the witness stand at a federal courthouse in Miami on Thursday in connection with the defamation lawsuit that the hip-hop star filed in October 2024 against Milagro Cooper, a social media commentator and blogger known as Miss Milagro Grams. Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, testified that Cooper participated in a targeted and coordinated social media campaign to harass, intimidate, and defame her in concert with rapper Tory Lanez, who was convicted of shooting and injuring Pete in July of 2020.
When
Damn,
stuff gonna stop?
That was 5 years ago. We still dealing with it.
Yeah.
Golly! The lawsuit alleges that Cooper spread lies about Pete to punish her and attempt to discredit her after she publicly named the rapper as the shooter. She's created a space for a lot of people to come speak negatively about me, Pete said on Cooper, referencing social media posts where the blogger attacked Pete's character, casting her as a liar and mentally unstable. Here is the clip right here.
Oh, man. I didn't even know she was on trial.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay,
they was on trial because Megan was like, I'm doing my Cardi B and I'm suing Tasha K, aka Milagro, for saying crazy things about me. And I think
who it is,
the trial.
Yeah, Milagro.
Is Tasha K?
No, it's Milagro. She's a different blogger.
The rapper has sued an influencer, accusing her of teaming up with rapper Tory Lanez on a campaign of harassment. Lanez is currently serving a 10-year prison sentence for shooting Megan back in 2020. Irina Roy and our legal contributor Bernardo Villalona join me now for more. So, Irina, get us up to speed. Where do things stand as the trial gets underway?
Yeah, well, Kira, we know that jury selection and opening statements began today in that Miami federal courtroom. We also just got word that Tory Lanez was held in contempt and fined $20,000. And look, as we know, this feud between him and Megan Thee Stallion has been going on for years. It's been a controversial one. It has been talked about all over social media since 2020 when Tory Lanez was indicted for shooting her. And now this influencer, as you mentioned, Milagro Cooper, a.k.a. Milagro Grams, is facing this defamation lawsuit. Megan Thee Stallion is accusing her of working with Tory Lanez to run, quote, a targeted and coordinated campaign to harass, intimidate, and defame her. She and her team argue that Cooper has been an online rumor mill churning out falsehoods to her tens of thousands of followers. Cooper, though, she has denied any wrongdoing, and she also previously filed a motion to dismiss this lawsuit, Kira.
Yeah, I mean, as she should. If it was me, I would be suing everybody too, because what y'all not gonna do is keep playing with me. I don't care. Oh, Jess said that he's Haitian but was raised in Jamaica. Yeah, there's a lot of Jamaican Haitian combinations in this world.
He actually went viral. Let me see if I can find the video. He was a young youth. He was one of those kids that were in primary school
rapping and
DJing in Jamaica back in the day. And
the troublesome ones that don't stop talking in class. Now he's a big man. That's dope. ASAP Ferg calls ASAP Rocky and Kendrick Lamar's feud with Drake after touring together kind of natural. What that mean? Which one is ASAP Ferg? Is he the one that's
work?
Oh. Oh. And are they still together, or is he the one that
he's still
that
ASAP? Yeah, he's still part of ASAP Mom.
What's the one that was suing ASAP Rocky?
ASAP Relly.
Relly.
Right?
Yes. How many ASAPs are they?
A lot. There's probably about 10 of them.
Oh, they like YSL?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Long before Drake's feud with A$AP Rocky and Kendrick Lamar reached a boiling point in 2024, both men opened for Drizzy on his Club Paradise tour in 2012. A$AP Ferg was around the trio of then emerging superstars throughout the North American trek, and he reflected on how the different parties grew to now become foes more like a decade later. Ferg, who joined the Bootleg Kev podcast on Wednesday, compared their relationship to a family dynamic, which each looking for their own avenues to greatness. I feel like that's kind of natural, he says, though, because even when you think about the family dynamic, little brother, big brother things, a lot of the times the little brother want to grow up and prove himself and not be under the wings of the big brother, he said. That happens a lot. People grow into individuals. Ferg continued to point out how all three artists weren't finished products at the time and still growing and evolving as humans. I don't know what that has to do with Drake, but I think Drake's a weirdo anyways. Mystical bond request rejected, as it should. He will remain behind bars until trial because he's a sexual deviant, and that's just what it is. Shake it fast and don't ask for consent. Rapper Mystical has been ordered to stay in jail for a bit longer. A Louisiana judge of Ascension denied the New Orleans artist's request for bond. Mystical pleaded not guilty to charges from an incident in 2022. The charges he was facing consist of first-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery, strangulations, and false imprisonment. During the Tuesday's hearing, the Here I Go rapper's mother and business manager were front and center, pleading to the judge that if he were granted bond, that they would monitor him and make sure he doesn't run into any trouble. Following that hearing was a new court date, March 30th, 2026, and it's expected to last 1 week. Unfortunately, this was not the first incident of Michael Tyler, better known as Mystical, who was charged with sexual abuse towards others. His past legal charges included 2003 case, followed by a 2016 case involving kidnapping and sexual assault. The case was eventually dropped. The 55-year-old rapper is facing a crossroads. If the team can present evidence proving his innocence, he walks free. If not, he could face a life sentence, according to Louisiana First News. Damn. The decision ahead will ultimately determine the rest of his life. More updates on the story develops. Unfortunately, where there is smoke, there is fire. He has accused a couple times before. He went to jail a couple times before to come out of jail and be accused for the same thing. And these are not no little ass, a little assault, a little backhand, a little nothing like that. Bro was first degree raping, domestic abuse and battery, strangulation, and false imprisonment. I don't want to risk the odds.
Can I tell you, I just typed in Mystical in my Serato. Can I tell you the name of some? I'm just saying.
Tell me the names of them, Tristan.
Some of the titles of Mystical songs was all right. I Smell Smoke.
Oh.
Murder, Murder, Kill, Kill.
Oh.
Let Me Hit It.
Oh.
I Don't Give a.
Okay.
Hot Boys and Girls.
All right.
Here I Go.
Here I Go.
I'm a Soldier.
I'm a Soldier.
It Ain't My Fault.
Up.
Jump.
Nah.
Move Beach.
No, move.
Move Beach. Stutter. It Ain't My Fault Part 2.
Oh, it's never his fault.
Down for my jiggers.
No, it's down for them.
Bouncing back. Keep doing it. Oochie Pop.
Oochie Pop.
Shake your ass. Danger. Live or die.
I mean,
those are Mystical songs.
This is what he said.
I think you had it coming, brother.
Yeah. Art imitates life sometimes. And we trying to get them to not use y'all lyrics against y'all, but y'all making it very crazy to not use the lyrics like shake your ass, don't stop. I don't hit it. I don't hear no. I don't know, Mystical. It seems too I don't know if it's set up, but they got you.
I think it was your fault, sir.
It's not his fault twice, Tristan. It's not his fault 2 times. You got it bad, business blunder. Usher sues his longtime producer Brian Michael Cox over unpaid loan for ATL restaurant that never opened. Leave him. This is a trying time, Usher. The restaurant business is in dire straits. There's probably a reason why. Give him some time, Usher. I'm not going to go into that because Usher, don't sue your friend. New York woman 6-foot afro sets Guinness World Record. Oh, really? Yeah. Let's see that. How do you get the afro to be 6 feet? Won't it fall? Jessica Martinez has set a new Guinness World Record with her 6-foot afro. A New York woman has set a Guinness World Record for her afro, which measures 190 centimeters, aka 6 feet 3 inches in circumference. Wow, that is beautiful hair. I wonder what she put in that. Must be berries and things and such. Wow. A New York woman on November 19th, the organization named Jessica Martinez the new record holder.
I knew she was Afro-Latina.
Last month, the Guinness junctuator visited Martinez to measure her hair. He couldn't do it alone and needed 2 additional people to help. Martinez said the world record in a major milestone for Martinez, who stopped using relaxers at the age of 12 and has spent the past 20 years growing her afro. Go to this video.
Ahead,
let's play that because that is cool.
Inches and 6 feet 2 inches in diameter. We have a new Guinness World Records title holder. Congratulations, you are officially amazing.
My name is Jessica Martinez and I am from Rockland County, New York.
We're both just trying to get people to love themselves. It's not a competition, it's literally all love.
I can now announce that with a measurement of 11 2 inches, 12.
That's so cool. That's so cool. She needs to put that in a ponytail now, goddammit, because that's a lot of hair. While laws like the Crown Act protect natural styles in workplaces at the state level, there are still no federal protections. With recent rollbacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, it's clear there's still work to be done. Some people still view the afro as unkept, Martinez said. Natural hair is a lifestyle. It's not a trend. It's not something that should be policed. There's mutual respect between Martinez and Avon, who posted together as Avon gladly passed the crown she held for 15 years in backing Martinez. Avon highlighted how the new title owner raises awareness for the natural hair movement and how both of their styles celebrate the self-love that comes with wearing natural hair. What I hope people will think when they see us or meet us is that at the end of the day, I love myself, she loves herself, and we're both just trying to get people to love themselves. It's not a competition. It's literally all love.
Very nice.
Good. It's very nice. And when she wet it, it get all curly and cute and things like that. That's nice. Megan Kelly. I think was it Megan Kelly or was it the fitness woman Jane Fonda? It wasn't Jane Fonda. It was a different white woman who was on some podcast or some national news program that was talking about white. I think it was Megan Kelly. White women have to deal with natural hair too, and you don't think we spend many millions of dollars in the hair industry taking care of our white hair? I can't believe that everything is a black issue. You don't got no world records for natural hair, Megan Kelly. You don't got it. So just shut up. And she's a douchebag anyways. When are they gonna let her go? But that is what we have for today. Tristan's pulling up some new release music that maybe has released. Ain't nothing, but nobody releasing nothing. We know that Cardi B had her baby with Stephon Diggs. I heard that Offset is suing for full custody of all 4 of the children, including the one that ain't his. Is that right? Offset suing for custody. That's what Miss Tony was telling me yesterday. Cardi B Strange, let me see, 5 days ago, Offset sued for custody.
Oh, joint custody.
Oh, okay. Of all 4 children?
Offset is seeking joint custody of his children with Cardi B. So the children that he has with her.
No, it says that Offset is files to custody 4 children, including the one that Cardi B and Stephon Diggs newborn, demanding $200 million in emotional damages. Is this right? Is this true?
I don't know. I asked the AI.
Dig deeper. That's crazy. How you choosing for the child? Tony was telling me that it's not his kid. I mean that because he is still the legal husband of her, that he may have a case there because
Fresh Jan said Diggs' baby is legally Offset's baby. How'd that work?
Because he's still married. Yeah, he's still married to her, and the divorce is not final. So why it won't give me a full story? I think this is just a rumor. I don't think it has been
Really, that's how that works. If a married woman gets pregnant by somebody else, that baby is legally her husband's?
That baby is legally her husband's.
Really? Huh.
Maybe this Facebook thing. Let me see. This is a rumor, but this is what we're hearing. We're reading. Shocking, Offset files legal claims to gain custody of all 4 children, including Cardi B and Stephon Diggs' newborn, demands $200 million in emotional damages. Sources reveal that under Georgia law, Offset is still considered the legal husband of Cardi B, giving him potential rights over her newest child with Stephon Diggs. In a move sending shockwaves through Hollywood, Offset reportedly filed papers seeking custody of all 4 children while also demanding $200 million in alleged emotional damages. Fans and legal experts are stunned, speculating on how Cardi B and Stephon will respond to what's being called one of the most explosive custody battles in celebrity history. Could this unprecedented legal move reshape Cardi B's family life forever? I don't know. That sounds crazy. Offset is bored and don't have a lot going for himself right now anyway, so I see how this could be a really good financial move. He's not really working as hard as Cardi is, so that means that he probably has a more stable environment to raise the children, in which he might be able to gain custody of the children. That's crazy. That is spectacular. Don't forget, people, that we have a lot of things going on this weekend. Actually, I don't have a lot of things going on, but we did talk about Asian, who is here. Yes. And then yesterday we were talking to our good sisters over from the chair. What is it? The Chair Wellness?
Coogee?
No, it wasn't Coogee. Well, it was the Chair people.
Oh, the Chair.
Charmaine Jackson and Arika, who is doing, who has the Chair coming up December 1st. It's December 1st. So we'll give you guys more information about that next week. This week as well, Ethnic Online, a black publication, is having a special event. They are having the November launch of the magazine, and this will be at City Winery on November 23rd, which is this weekend. And also 15% discount tickets for Raheem Devon shows. The launch is free at the City Winery on November 3rd from 4 to 5 o'clock. You can meet with this issue's ethnic gems. I am one of them. You get complimentary wine and a nice charcuterie board by Jasmine Webb Charcuteries. And we'll be posting this on our social media after the show, so you can get more information and attend if you want to. Who wouldn't attend for some free wine? Okay. Anything you got going on, Tristan?
Tonight I'll be DJing inside of Madison Park for they got a roller skating joint going on 4 to 8 tonight.
Okay. Oh yeah,
inside Madison Park.
Oh wow, that's
Shout
pretty
out
cool.
Body by Brandy, she'll be there as well, so we're gonna be in the building tonight.
All right. We're going to be in the building. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. You guys be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you bright and early on Monday morning. Don't forget that Wednesday and next Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we'll be having special programming where it'll be Lit Mix Weekends, where we have special DJs and our own DJs just playing all kind of great mixes and stuff for you guys. So keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Your #1 local radio. The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
At Rockland Trust, we know listening matters. Whether you're building a family or a business, investing in a new home or a college education, you need a